Hello everyone and welcome back to another Kalen video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Meta Ray-Ban glasses Generation 2. I've been wearing them for about a month and I'm just going to talk about my experience with them, some of the pros, the cons. I've seen a lot of people picking them up recently and I had to get one for myself. Meta has sold 2 million of these things. I've only seen one pair on another person out since they've released and they told me that they also like them. I don't think anybody should buy these right now, but I do believe if you're a tech enthusiast, you should go ahead and pick up a pair. There's just one main drawback, and this is something I've thought about a lot, is it's owned by Meta, which doesn't really have the best reputation when it comes to privacy or security. But first things first here, let's talk about the body, design, and specs of the Meta Ray-Ban glasses too. I don't know if you heard that, but they have a startup sound, starting off with the lenses. The lenses I have on these pair of glasses are transition lenses, so they will transition to UV blocking and they transition with sunlight. They transition to UV blocking really quickly, but when it comes to going backwards, it takes a minute. I don't know if that's by design, but that's just my experience. And they also have a bit of blue light blocking, so when you're looking at the lenses as well, you can also, instead of getting normal lenses, prescription-less lenses, you can actually add a prescription to them. Moving on to the frames. The frames are, from the outside, they don't seem any bigger or smaller than regular Ray-Bans. I have regular Ray-Ban Wayfarers, and from the outside, you would never tell the difference that these are Ray-Ban Meta glasses at all. When you're wearing them, however, the frames are a little bit thicker, and you can tell that from holding them. They are thicker towards the front of the glasses, and then they thin out when they go towards your temple and behind your ear. So that's kind of how you can tell, but when they're being worn, you would have no idea. So there's 2 sets of speakers on this thing. They're both right above your ear, and they kind of point sound into your ear. They're referred to as open ear headphones, and they try to limit the noise leak out, but try to point the sound towards your ear and kind of keep it contained. It's not perfect. They're still open ear headphones. People can hear them, but they do a pretty good job of just pointing it towards your ear. With every piece of tech, there's speakers and a mic, and these things have an array of 5 microphones to try to find the best source of audio for when you're on a call, when you're listening to music. If you need to call the assistant, it can use those mics to kind of create a crispier phone call if need be. And of course, just like any other piece of tech, this thing has cameras. The Meta Ray-Ban glasses 2 only record in vertical 3K, and they take pictures with a 12 megapixel camera. I would say that they take all right photos and all right video. They're fine for what they are, but if you're gonna try to make super high quality content with these things, I would avoid that. I think they're more for reels or like POV shots of you doing normal things, where I would not, for example, use these to record a YouTube video. You can use the voice assistant to control a lot of things. However, there's also a manual way. Up here towards your temple, you just click one time. If you click once, it takes a picture. And if you press and hold, it takes a video. As you can see, both times, other people are notified by an LED that either flashes or pulses depending on the type of thing that you're doing. Additionally, there's an LED light on the inside of the frames letting me know that I'm taking a video right now. So it stays on when I'm taking a video, and it flashes one time if I'm taking a picture. It'll also let you know your battery level. It'll let you know if it's connected to your phone or not, depending on different colors and flashes and whatnot. It's pretty helpful. It's just out of the way. I think it's a very clever feature, and it's kind of just a low-key indicator that a lot of people really wouldn't notice. And honestly, I think it's pretty helpful. So one thing that a lot of people have concerns about is the battery life on this thing. Well, it's actually been doubled since the Generation 1. This thing has 8 hours of battery life, which in my opinion is way more than enough. I will say if you plan on taking it on more than a day trip, I would go ahead and bring the case with me. As far as weight, these are not too different than the regular Ray-Bans, maybe slightly heavier. Just they really feel like real glasses without the tech inside, and that's kind of nice. I feel like that's one of the hurdles that these pieces of tech need to clear. Moving on to dust and water resistance. This thing has an IPX4 rating, and that just means that there's no dust resistance, but there is slight water resistance. That means if it's raining or something like that, you can wear them in the rain, but they're not meant to be submerged for long. They're not meant to be in heavy downpour, but They can record while you're sweating and stuff like that. It's not suggested to. You're not supposed to wear them while working out or sweating, but you can. In my experience, I've worn them on runs, and they'd be completely fine. I would suggest wiping them down though, just because all that sweat is getting on the glasses, and you don't want that to just stay there. So I would suggest afterwards wiping them off, just for cleanliness sake. But as far as it becoming an issue for the glasses, I don't think it's an issue. Finally, what does all this cost you? What is the 8-hour battery life, the 3K resolution, the AI features, the picture taking capabilities of these things? What does that cost you? Well, in my case, it cost me almost $500. Is that worth it for you? Well, it depends on what you do. I love new tech. I like trying the newest thing. I like seeing how the future could look. And for me, I think it's worth it. I would say this, for these, if you're not really looking to get these, I wouldn't go out of your way to grab a pair. But if you're a tech enthusiast like myself and you love trying new things and you want to see where the cutting edge of tech is, I would consider it. So how do you control these things? Via an app, which I know is not as seamless as a lot of the Apple products. If you live in the Apple ecosystem, there's no extra app needed, it just works. Meta does things a little bit differently. They require you to use an app. The app is somewhat like Sora, where it's kind of an AI slop app. You tell it to generate a video and it does, and you can post it and people can react to it. I'm not a huge fan of that. I think that this app should be a standalone Meta Glasses app. I don't know why it needs to be wrapped into Meta's like all-encompassing AI app in general. That's just my opinion. I think it's unnecessary, but that's how they're doing it. The AI powering these things is very conversational. I will say I've had some issues getting specifics sometimes, so I wouldn't say it's the top tier AI out there, but it is multimodal. So that means that I can stare at something, ask it what I'm looking at, and it'll tell me. So for things like that, it's very interesting. For example, you can look at your fridge and ask it, hey, based off these ingredients, what can I make? And it'll give you stuff like that. Again, I don't think it's better than maybe Gemini or Copilot or even ChatGPT, but it's good for random things. You can ask it facts all day, and it's definitely not a dumb AI. It's definitely not a Siri level, but I wouldn't say it's the best AI out there. One thing that I really like, I use it when I'm working out, sometimes when I'm bored, when I'm running, or not talking to anybody, I'll ask it for the news. So you can actually customize your news based off of your interests. You can write things down and it'll kind of get an idea of the news that you're interested in and then cater that towards you. I thought that was pretty cool. Another thing it can do is take down reminders. So say you're parking somewhere, you look at your parking spot number, you can tell the AI to remember that, and it will. And then later on, when you ask it what parking spot you're in, it'll tell you. It uses location data, so you can ask it the weather and stuff like that. It's a pretty solid AI. I, again, don't think it's as smart as some of the other ones, but with all of its context it's taking in, it's fairly useful. And I think the other ones could be too, but they don't have a product like the Meta Glasses. In the AI app, there's a lot of settings that you can go through. I don't like the fact that it's wrapped in a Sora type of app, AI slop app, and I wish it was its own standalone app. Other than that, it has a fair amount of access to your glasses, and I like the customization abilities. It's also Meta, so I turn all my privacy settings on. The case has an LED indicator, and it lets you know the charge of the case. Yellow typically means it's not fully charged, green means it's fully charged, and red means it's below 10 or 20%. It's fairly useful because now you kind of know how many charges you have left with the glasses. It also comes with a microfiber cloth. The microfiber cloth is pretty high quality. It's a microfiber cloth, you know. It's branded Ray-Ban, it's branded Meta. Fair quality, it wipes things. Not much more to really talk about that. One thing I like about the glasses is that it automatically detects being worn. So it automatically saves battery. If I take them off for a minute, set them on the table, it's not still eating battery, processing data, trying to stay connected to my phone. I really like the automatic wear detection. The everyday use case for these things when you're recording is a POV. So for example, a point of view of you running. I wouldn't exactly say it replaces your phone. I would use it fairly sparingly, especially if your phone takes 4K pictures. I wouldn't use this to replace your phone, but it's not bad. Also, for POV video, you move your head more than you think you do. So I set up the smoothing. You can set up smoothing in the app, and it'll kind of smooth out your head movements and make it more of a smoother video. So in Strava, there's a connection ability, and if you take pictures on the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, they kind of sync over to Strava, and then you have pictures and videos from your workout. And that's been kind of cool. It's kind of gimmicky, but it's something you can do. Also, it takes calls, so if someone's calling me, I can answer them. I can answer that on the glasses, and you can also set up, if you press and hold the side of the glasses, you can quick dial somebody. So I have that set up as well, where I can press and hold and instantly call somebody. Don't have to talk to the AI, don't have to go through the app and try to click the phone call manually. All I have to do is tap the side of the glasses and it initiates a call. I will say it does happen accidentally sometimes, so if you do use that feature, beware of that. You may accidentally call somebody, but if you call somebody a lot like I do, I have it to set automatically for that. And it has some pretty solid speakers. Here's a comparison of the speakers. All right, so I don't know if you can hear it right now, but I'm listening to music. This is what it sounds like in my ear. And then as you get away, this is my normal mic holding distance right here. This is probably conversationally, even from the side here. That's what it sounds like. And then if I put the mic where my phone is, you probably can't hear it at all. Mind you, this is at 50%. Let me turn it up. So this is with the mic at 100%. This is the mic at 100% with the mic at normal distance. And this would be normal conversational distance. And then from the side. And then this is where my phone is. Probably about 2 feet. If I back up to 3 feet, maybe even closer to 4 feet. The speakers are pretty good. I noticed in the last test, I didn't even realize how loud these things are, so I'll think about that next time. Hey Meta, what am I looking at? Hey Meta, how much does an iPhone cost?
The cost of an iPhone varies depending on the model and storage capacity, with prices starting at $420.
Hey Meta, what do you think about the Meta Quest 2?
The Meta Quest 2 is an excellent standalone VR headset, offering a great balance of
Did you hear it? One of the controversies that Meta often has is the privacy policy. Again, use these glasses at your own risk. I'm not saying that they're a super spy set of glasses meant to, convey all of your information to advertisers, but I'm also not saying it's not. So also, although you can take videos and it's fairly discreet, that can also be a double-edged sword. It can also be a problem. Maybe you don't want to be recorded. Identifying these products would be pretty helpful because now you can know, hey, who might be potentially recording me. There's been a lot of videos out there of you being able to cover up the LED indicator that's on this side of the glasses. So just be aware of what people may have on around you and what they're recording. So that's kind of the Meta glasses and the app that goes with them in a nutshell. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give the app a 6. I would give the glasses a 7.
6, 7.
I would give the glasses an 8 out of 10. And I would give the AI probably a 6 out of 10 as well. It's definitely far from perfect, but it's the cutting edge of what we have right now, and I think it's a large step forward from what we had previously. So I think this form factor is the future. I think many people will adopt these glasses, and as they become more and more similar to regular glasses, the barrier of entry becomes lower and lower. They are a little expensive, but the price will come down as the tech gets better, and honestly, I think these are the future. I'll continue to wear them. I enjoy them, but let me know what you think. Would you wear them? Do you trust Meta? Thanks for watching.